I said, the Jews ain't the Jews.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you said you are Jews, but you are not. You are the synagogue of Satan.
And who is that?
Those Jews that everyone thinks are Jews. It's a big deception. The Bible talks about the coming great deception. That's part of the coming great deception. But the Jews, the real Jews, the tribes, they were scattered about and they were kept in slavery.
And what do they look like?
Well, the dark skin for one.
Okay.
How many know? The dark skin. How many know? You have wiry hair. How many know?
Like woolly hair, you say?
Yeah, like wool. Hair like wool.
Okay.
It's written in scripture. I mean, we just overlook it because we've taught a westernized version of Christianity, of the gospel. Well, that ain't the gospel. It's as far from, it's like Catholicism and Protestantism.
Right.
Catholics and the were divided. Islam and Christianity divided. Well, there's a truth out there that runs.
Does having Jewish DNA determine your Jewish status? Great question. The answer is your Judaism is determined by your mother. If your mom's Jewish, you're Jewish according to traditional Judaism. Now, you could have a very high count of Jewish DNA, and that's awesome. That means you're connected to the Jewish people, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're Jewish. Don't forget, there are people that convert to Judaism and they have zero DNA and they're 100% Jewish.
Stranger danger! Stranger danger! Stranger danger! Stranger danger!
So, a little over 1,000 years ago, as Jewish people scattered around the world had now emigrated in Europe and now were living in the Rhineland in Germany, they looked at the name Gomer in Genesis 10, and they connected Gomer with Germany, so they took on the identity of the name Ashkenaz. It has nothing to do with Ashkenaz in the Bible, which is a descendant of Japhet. It's just a name that was taken. Okay, it's that simple. Just like my last name Brown doesn't refer to the color of my skin or anything else. It was shortened from a Russian name when my grandfather came over at Ellis Island. The name got shortened to Brown. It's just a name. That's all it is. So the idea that Ashkenazi Jews are descended from Japhet is a myth, 100% false.
Well, there are two levels of discussion here. One is about the facts on the ground and what should be done with it. Turn to that in a minute. The second is questions of what terminology to use to describe what's happening. Here, you can decide that you are willing to live in a bubble as distinct from the entire world. You're free to do that. There are three notions that came up. The biblical rights, which have absolutely no status, none. Nobody in the world can say, 2,000 years ago, here's my story of what happened, so therefore I have a right to do it now. You can't live in a world like that. Nobody in the world ever makes such a claim. You want to make it, okay, but then just admit, I'm out of the world, distinct from the world. Now, yes, totally distinct. If you really want to play that game, the Palestinians have more of a right to claim to be descendants of the population from 2,000 years ago than I do. My ancestors probably come from the Caucasus. Their ancestors come from Palestine.
What's your thoughts? Please be respectful with your comments. Also, please click the like, click the notification bell, and subscribe to this channel.
Listen, Genesis chapter 11 verse 10 explains the genealogy of Shem. Shem was a black man in Africa. If you repeat this back, Genesis 14 verse 13, Abraham steps on the scene. Being a descendant of Shem, which is a fact, means Abraham too was black. Abraham, born in the city of a black man, called Nimrod, grandson of Ham. Ham had 4 sons. One was named Canaan. Here, let me do some explaining. Abraham, Isaac was the... Jacob had 12 sons, for real, and these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10.